Good morning, I'm Jeep and welcome back to another 4x4 test. Today we have this, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland spec. And today we will be testing this over here at the all-terrain 4x4 test facility.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Obstacle number 1, let's do a low range test. So cars in low range, I'm at the highest height setting of the suspension and I'm going to see if the car can crawl its way up. I won't use any acceleration, and it stopped. This car is a 3.6 litre V6 engine that produces 211 kilowatts and 344 Newton meters of torque. So let's see if it can go up this uphill. Traction control is working really hard over here. We are at 26 degrees pitch incline, but it's going. I need to accelerate though. I can't not accelerate. So I'm giving a little bit of acceleration. Traction control is working overtime, doing its thing, as you can hear it. And we are up and over. Low range test complete, successful, I guess. Now let's test the downhill ascent feature. Do I have to stand still for it? No. Control on. Okay, so this car has got flappy paddles and you must use the flappy paddles to control the speed of the downhill ascent. So I'll keep it at its lowest of 1 setting. You have to be in 4 low in order to activate the downhill ascent. So here we go. Down the hill we go. Nice and steady. And then, there we go. It's taken. Feet are off the pedals. My feet are not touching. You can hear the car just sliding down. But yeah, this car does run like a bit of road bias tires, so it's not the best for 4x4ing, but traction control is doing its thing, the downhill descent is doing its thing. We're going down a 26 degree pitch. I can see that all on the infotainment here. It's giving me pitch and roll, what do you call it, stats. It's giving me my altitude, my speed and low range speed and coordinates, GPS coordinates. So if you get stuck, you can call a friend and tell you exactly where you are. Yeah, hill descent control works, and I left it on its minimum slowest setting. So here's a quick look of the interior. It's got nice soft leather touch or soft touch materials everywhere except this, but soft over here on the dash, soft steering, soft here. Then it's got this fake wood trim all along the dash over here, which looks very beautiful, like a dark wooden trim. So it looks nice. So just so that you know, the Overland, this edition is called the Overland, which is the mid-spec range of the Jeep Cherokee L. So we've got the mid-range one pricing at 1.5, just under 1.5 million. But it's got its nice infotainment system here. It's got lots of buttons. It's got buttons for everything, and then it also has the same button in the infotainment system. So it's a bit overkill in my opinion. Some odd things I found in the car. Because it's a converted right-hand drive vehicle, it's originally left-hand drive, some things stayed on the left-hand side. So the volume knob for the radio is on the left, so you have to take your eyes off the road to find it all the way on the left-hand side. Same as the steering heat control is also on the left of the screen. Bit of a reach to get there. And there's no volume button on the steering wheel, which is odd. I keep trying to up the volume on here and then I have to reach all the way over here, take my eyes off to try and find the knob between all the other buttons. But then another odd feature is you have a screen on the passenger side. So the passenger has a screen in front of them which you cannot see from the driver's side at all. It's just black from my perspective. But it also, for some other reason, you can't control in here, or you can control in here, but it's as if it's its own whole infotainment system which you connect to in over here. So you plug in your AUX or your cables in here, your HDMI port, and then it'll display it on your passenger screen. Could be nice in road trips and the passenger can sit and watch a movie while you are driving and they are entertaining themselves. Another nice feature is the sound system. It has a Macintosh sound system which sounds really great. Tons of USB ports and Type-C ports over here. Has it got any in here? No USB ports in here, but another whole bunch at the back, and the 7 seats also has their own USB ports. So yes, this is a 7-seater and tons of space inside, like a typical Jeep. Panoramic sunroof, lots of features and functions everywhere. So instead of a gear lever, you have a turny dial over here, which you can turn into all your settings you want to, right alongside all your 4x4 settings. So another very American feature, which are most found in American vehicles, is the sun visor is adjustable. So you can set it to close off the back of your window when the sun is just getting in the little gap over there, which is actually quite a nice feature, and more car manufacturers should have this setting, especially with this nice big sun visor. It helps a lot. So there's a quick look of the interior. This is a 7-seater, like I've said, so your second row of seats also has lots of leg room and their own USBs and air conditioning at the back, and then you still got your third row of seats right at the back to make it a 7-seater. So lots of space in here, enough space for a big family. Here's a quick look at the boot. You have your spare wheel underneath the vehicle. So over here you just have some packing space, and your jack and your tire repair kit is in there. Then your 7th row of seats are here, but you have buttons conveniently placed over here, which are electric. So you just hit them and then they go down, and actually electric up as well. So you hit them and they come back up. And then your second row of seats, you can also close from here, but they just fling closed. They can't open again. But then you have all your load room over here, which is quite a lot. Like you can actually fit a bed in here, and you can sleep inside them. Electric tailgate, which you hit with the button over here, which is a bit odd. I keep looking for the buttons here. I'm so used to them over there. And then you have both USB ports for your third row of seats and cup holders everywhere. Yeah, very convenient and lots of space over here in the back. And there we go. There's a quick 4x4 test and a little review for you guys on the Jeep Grand Cherokee L Overland spec. It's a lot of words to say. Two things I forgot to mention is fuel usage. It's claimed to be 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers, but on the dial it says 14.1 liters per 100 kilometers, but it is a Jeep, so it is pretty heavy on fuel. It is a 3.6 liter V6, and Jeeps are known to be very heavy on fuel in general. Then when I threw in fuel this morning, the petrol attendant put the nozzle in, filled up the fuel, took it out, and then just closed the door. And I was like, what about the fuel cap? So I learned that the new cars, or a lot of modern cars, come out of the fuel valve instead of a fuel cap, so that the nozzle just goes in through the valve of the hole instead of a cap that you have to turn on. So that's something I didn't know existed. So this is a very big vehicle. It is a 7-seater, it's a very luxurious family vehicle, and it'll take you from point A to point B or on road trips very comfortably. It feels a little underpowered, but it still does what it needs to. It still has plenty of power to spare. Another thing, the grille part of this car looks very Suzuki Espresso-y, or in my opinion, it looks like the pig from Angry Birds. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next 4x4 little off-road vehicle review. Cheers!
Do you like clothes? I do. This is available right now on our Sentimental shop. Just go to Cars.co.za/shop or look for the description in the link below. See what I did there? Just trying to catch you out. And we've got tons of exclusive merchandise which is designed and made exclusively for our store. I said exclusive twice because it's very exclusive. Also hats.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.